I can. Oh, yeah, maybe. No. Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. Sounds better. I just need to adjust my. I mean to like which mic I'm using. Like five of them. Not all of them here. But hopefully this one they can hear at the moment. Yes, I forgot to change streaming title. I had an idea of. I mean, not idea. Yeah. I mean, yeah. For discussion. Well. Hmm. Mhm. I forgot how you do. I think I know. And title was. Let's change it. Um. Uh, find it. Okay. I think I found one. Should be the one. Yes. Okay. So. Um. Let me see. Um. Yes. I've changed it. Change it. See. Changed. Um. Let me see if I can myself. No. What's the cutting off? Cutting off. Um. Okay. Not even all the mics. Can't see me. How about now? Hear me now? Okay. It sounds okay, clear, but then when I see the video, it sounds like a robot. Yeah, like a robot sound. I don't know why it sounds robotic when I. Yeah. Weird. Weird stuff. Um. So. Um. The streaming title is Social Issues and the Alien Deception. So bring your own topic. Want to discuss about anything? Yes. So check again my sound. Why? Why is it? Let me see now. If can you hear me? Yeah, it's still cutting off, and the voice is like robotic. Silly. Don't know why. Mm, um, let's see. It's such a weird. I'm not even. I don't even have any compressors or filters on my mic. It's just the mic as it is. You just plug in and sounds so weird. Okay, well, I think we're gonna have to use it as it is for now, and I'll fix it for tomorrow or next day. It's only traced on like 5, but now it's only 3 available. One that is cutting off, one that is on like robot, and the 2 other ones that are good. Can't even see them. Weird champ. This OBS is such a weird champ, dude. It's incredible how you leave it set to a one like with specific settings. You leave it one day, and next day it's messed up when you open it, and no one even has access to my computer. Just me. It's just weird. Just weird. Yes, I want to discuss about 2 things: social issues, like for example, um, how um, people are not united. People don't care about what happens in society. People don't care about this world. They don't care about their surroundings, and um, the government is free to do whatever they want, even if it's positive or not. And people don't seem to care. I mean, you can fake a virus pandemic, and no one cares. They just follow along like ships, like the shipples. I'm not saying that the virus is fake. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. What I'm saying is that there's about 30%, maybe 40 maximum, that is as serious as they showed on TV. I know of CEO meetings in end of 2009 in Wall Street, and people, I mean, brokers and people who were aware of these meetings and what they were advised from a higher level, they were told to sell their stocks because there's a pandemic coming. Everything was planned. Now, I came across today on this Chinese scientist. She fled to US, and so she can talk publicly, and to expose the Chinese government and say, because she's a pathologist, geneticist, I'm not sure, I think pathologist, virologist, I forgot. And she was saying how the virus was created in a military lab and released in public on purpose. That's what that's what she said. I was quite shocked because it appeared on TV and she was talking about this on TV. And actually they were allowing it to happen. I was very surprised because TV productions don't really allow to say things against the government, and they're very censored. And I was very surprised to see that they actually talk about that on TV. Interesting. And yes, and this scientist, she flew to us because if she was to stay in China and talk about stuff like this, she'll be clipped in moments. And yeah, she was discussing about how everything is unplanned. It was planned. There is no bullshit. I never believed that thing when they say that it's from some bat or something like that. That's the cover up stupid thing that people believe. We just tell them something that might make sense. Even doesn't even have to make sense. You just tell them what people believe. It's just like that. It's nonsense. People, it's incredible the things that people do believe. It's ridiculous. They're so stupid. The majority of people are stupid. They're just ships. That's what they are. And then when there's a whistleblower, they're going to be like, oh, you and your conspiracies, dude. Come on. And it's just people are so stupid. I think most of the time we do deserve our fate. We do deserve our things that are happening to us because we're so dumb. And even now, if you show to people evidence that they've been tricked, they've been played, but they still don't because they don't want to accept that they have been fooled. It's people are so stupid, and no one even researches. They just believe everything that they see on TV. It's so sad. It's so sad that they believe everything. Um, and do I still sound like a robot? Yeah, because I mean I don't even know what changes to do to my mic. I think there's an emote to show exactly how I sound. Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, found it. This is the one. This is how I sound. Because I don't even have any filters on my mic, but it still sounds weird. I don't know why. I don't know why. I need to apply filters to sound clear, and I know some people use mixers to make even nicer, crisper the voice, but that's, I don't know, I'm not really there at the moment, so I just have to apply a few filters and yeah, hopefully make it clear. I don't know. Um, yeah, so I'm just very surprised with this virus and how everyone believes everything they hear, they say. A lot of people are not aware that TV and social media are basically weapons used to control the minds of the people. A lot of people are not aware of that. It's pretty sad. Um, I there's so many. I mean, people call them conspiracies, but it's only until it's proven right. It's not going to be a conspiracy anymore. I mean, I'm even surprised that people still believe that Osama bin Laden is responsible for the 9/11 incident. People still believe that. that's that's fucking incredible. I think Einstein had a quote on, if you want to something like that goes along the lines, if you want to imagine the stupidity of the people, just think of the idea of the infinite or something like that. That's pretty much how stupid people are. They just believe everything, and because I mean, the government said, right, so the government can't lie. The government, it's completely transparent. They want the best for people, right? So yeah, it's redonkulous. It's redonkulous. But conspiracies about the coronavirus. There was um, there was conversations in Russia that took place, and people were talking, I think like in a panel or something like that, to a TV show. They were saying that this whole virus, it's actually a test, a social test to see how obedient people are, how obedient the population is. So it's kind of working out. And now you're going to say yes, but what about the number of deaths people had who died, so many. Do you guys remember the pictures in New York where a giant grave was built and a lot of um, a lot of people were like laid there and put there and buried. Um, I'm just wondering if those boxes are empty or there's actually people in there, because there's a lot of chances that they're empty. No one is going to open them. No one is going to check them. And they're just just going to put contaminated bodies, just bury them like that, because there's a chance that if someone looks through them, they're going to get the virus and it's going to be spread again. So it's not really safe. It's not an intelligent decision. That's what something makes me think they're actually empty boxes just for the show, just for the TV, because it was everything filmed, of course, to show to the population how serious this bullshit is. And Yeah, they make it so serious. They exaggerate it times 100 on TV. I even stopped watching TV. There's so much bullshit. On the news, there's just fake news everywhere. You can't even distinguish between the real and the fake news. Two things to say there. One is I have a friend who was witness to a near accident. When on the evening that on the TV that accident appeared, my friend gave as witness gave interview and to this TV channel. And when the news was presented on TV that evening, they said something slightly different. And that's what I'm saying, that the TV is being used to as a weapon to control people's minds and make them believe whatever hidden agenda or the government has. And a lot of people are not aware of this. Um, Another thing that I wanted to say was yes, about the health of the viewers. No one ever thinks about the health of the viewers. There's no balance between good and bad news when you watch the TV. They always start with good evening, and then they proceed by telling why the evening is not so good. That's what happens basically. Um, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Um, yeah, but there's no balance between negative and positive um, news. There's no one cares about. I mean, sometimes you finish watching the news and you're thinking there's the apocalypse is coming. You think like you're so stressed, and it's not even. I mean, obviously it's not supposed to be a pleasant experience, but at least find a balance between the news and think about the viewer's health, mental health. But no one does that, and it's quite surprising how everyone is okay with this. It's very, very interesting. And going back to social issues, what we're saying about this society, if government does whatever they want, it doesn't have to make sense, it doesn't have to be positive, it doesn't have to nothing. I mean, people are not going to protest. Um, there's rare cases where people protest. Um, there's no unity, there's no. I don't know, I mean, you're probably going to say, like, what about all these protests and that ridiculous Black Lives Matter thing? Because obviously all life matters, but because of the current situation, yeah, sure I'm dead. But it's incredible how people believe everything that they see on the news, and like I said earlier, no one thinks about the mental health of the viewer, because there's no balance between positive and negative news on the TV, and you can't even distinguish which news are real nowadays. A lot of people are not aware that um, TV and social media are basically weapons used to control people's minds. A lot of people are not even aware of that, and it's kind of worrying because they believe everything they see. I mean, just to give you an example of how stupid people are, some idiot went and posted on Twitter about that toilet paper thing when the virus break out, and everyone went out panic buying toilet paper. I mean, that's just an example to show how stupid people are, and they believe just everything that they read. It's ridiculous. No one even uses their brain. I mean, there's even a quote which makes perfect sense. Use your mind, if not, someone else is going to use it for you. It's I don't know. It's ridiculous. Um, a lot of people, what they do is they listen. They listen to they believe just what other people say. They don't even check facts, nothing. And with all this political correctness, you're not supposed to question. You're not supposed to wonder. You're not supposed to research. Just a lot of people, they just believe um, wherever they hear from other people, because other people said, therefore it's real, and therefore it's factual, right? So it's pretty much ridiculous. It's ridiculous, I'm telling you. That's one thing. Um, one topic, which of course feel free to either comment on this. I would very much appreciate and like to hear some opinions in chat, and either contradict me, agree, be neutral. It's up to you. But either we can talk about what we want. Basically, you can talk about what I'm saying. If you agree or not, you could talk about the second subject that we have, alien deception, and also you can also bring your own topic. If you want to discuss about anything else. Where to start? Where to start? So yes, we discussed about the social issues, how people are basically okay with anything that the government does. There's no, remember, you guys remember that movie, V for Vendetta? That was a really good one, slightly hinting into politics a bit, and it was very rare. I think that's how the anonymous group started, isn't it? If I remember right. I might be wrong. I don't know. I it's yeah. There's no unity. There's no. I don't know. It's bad, and it's going towards wars as well. It's not going anywhere better. And there was a saying which is very very true and very real, is that it's never in the future going to be as good as it is now, because it used to be a lot better. Now just things are getting a lot worse and worse. I mean, if you think about the 80s decade, it was brilliant. 90s was just a bit worse. 2000 even worse. 2020 you can see it's like a the sequence that is going, it's going towards worse, and just enjoy life as it is for now, and because it's never going to be as good as it is now. Things are going to get worse, and there's going to be a lot more restrictions. And now with all this stupid political correctness, we can't even have an opinion. You can't talk about statistics. You can't talk about facts because you're going to be called racist. You can't present statistics because you're going to be accused of discrimination. You can't point out facts because you're a bad person. So fuck political correctness, and political correctness is cancer of society. And free speech is more important. Facts matter a lot more, and statistics matter, and not what people feel. You know, Milo Yiannopoulos said it quite well. Facts don't care about your feelings. Fuck your feelings. That's pretty much how it should be. Not this beta political correctness. Beta is what it is. It's beta mentality. That's what it is. Political correctness. Yeah. So that's that. Feel free to bring your own topic. If you agree or disagree with me, or you're neutral, I'd still like to hear from you. I mean, type in chat if you, whatever you think, whatever you want to say. Should we enter into our second subject, alien deception? So this is basically about a series of episodes. It's like a number of episodes. I think it's called Ancient Aliens. What a load of bullcrap. You can't watch more than 15 minutes and laugh because it's just so stupid. Everything is so fake. Basically, what happens is there's this hidden government agenda which they have departments which deal with trying to get people separate them from God, from believing in God. And there's different ways because if you um, if you tap into different dimensions and different channels, you can get ideas of how to deceive people and drag them and take them away from the the right path. Um, um, so there's all kinds of methods used, like sports, for example. There's that's a distraction. TV, entertainment. Um, Now even using this alien deception to say like aliens created us and then they left to another planet because some old I don't know, some mention um, someone drew some aliens and they said that yes, we were told that aliens created us of 2000 years ago. But I mean, forget that what happened 2000 years ago, forget everything about other views, and just believe the what's cool. I mean, if it's cool to believe because the aliens created us, then it's probably right. It's probably correct, right? So there's so much bullshit in that TV show. It's even I just watched a few just to see what it's all about, and I was very surprised because it's mainly deceiving bullshit. It's just deceiving ideas, and there's some crazy people. There's that guy. What's that guy? Yanis Tsoukalos. He's a scientist. He's archaeologist. I don't know, but that's. I mean, it's enough to look at his haircut, and you can tell you're tapping into um, cuckoo land content. Yeah, so that's what they. That's why I call it deception. It's like this topic. It's form of two branches that I wanted to discuss about. One is that ancient aliens TV show, which is complete nonsense, and just made and created to deceive people from believing in God. Just believe in anything else but God. It's basically the premises. And you can be like you believe in anything. You can believe in spaghetti flying monster. You can believe in nothingness. That nothingness created everything. Because that makes more sense. If you can believe in nothingness, you can believe in flying spaghetti monster. You can believe in Narnia. You can believe in Xenu, Scientology God. Sure, my dude. You can believe anything but the Christian God. And that's kind of what they're trying to deceive you. They're trying to tell you that aliens created us, and that's one branch. The other one I wanted to talk about was another funny thing because I used to be obsessed with this topic, aliens. I wanted to know everything about it, and I think I've been like 3 or 4 years researching deeply. I watched all documentaries, all videos. I watched and consumed every little bits of content about aliens. I've seen quite about videos on YouTube. I think it's like about 70%, maybe more, that they're fake, photoshopped, whatever. I mean, there's even some videos which from documentaries I've seen that even the experts, Hollywood experts, they find it, they struggle to distinguish if they're um, authentic or not, and but some of them they just look fake because of lighting and the way some of the trees are arranged, and some of them you can spot the issues and the fakeness basically out of it. But um, there's some people who believe that aliens are a different civilization, which is really not the case. I done a lot of research into this, and I've seen actually how aliens are made, how they are, what composition is being used, and a lot of people. Here's another idea. A lot of people don't. No one actually wonders how, in the last 20 years, technology exploded this much, has evolved a lot more than the last 2000 years, and everyone is okay with it. No one wonders, no one bats an eyelid, no one just like, what the fuck, what's this all about, like, how, why? No one. No one wonders about this. And there's even slightly true is when they say in documentaries that aliens made a pact with humanity to um, stay underground and do researches in Area 51. Now it's just an empty warehouse, but they moved to somewhere else. But they did a pact with humanity in exchange for technology. This was, we're talking about 1947 when the Roswell incident happened. But starting 50, 60s, around there, that's when some people say, I don't know, I'm just going along what I've heard right now. I'm not saying that this is guaranteed 100% true. I'm not saying that this is completely guaranteed lies. I'm just saying what I've heard, that they made a pact and in exchange for advanced technology, which kind of explains how technology exploded in the last 2 or 3 decades. In exchange for the advanced technology, night vision, infrared, and all the mobile phones and stuff, and computers, they were given in exchange the rights, or I don't know, subduct people and animals and stuff to experiment on them. That kind of explains so many abductions and mutilated cows. And yeah, sorry about that. It's a little background noise. And yeah, a lot of people don't wonder. They don't. They just think it's okay as it is. And yeah, I just I've seen a lot of things, and the more you see, the more you understand, the crazier you're going to look for explaining those things, because a lot of people are not educated. It's like a number of steps that you're supposed to go through, understand them, how they actually work. That's, you see, it's like that's how David Icke is now considered a crazy person, because he has understood a few things. He knows kind of what's going on. I mean, because you see, a lot of people discredit him because it's not provable what he talks about. There's old manuscripts. There's some evidence, but because someone ridicules another person, then that person is more difficult to be believed because other people ridicule him. And it's kind of going back to that picture, if you guys know it, where there's a bunch of sheep. There's a dog running around the sheep, and there's a shepherd. And two sheep talk among themselves, one of them saying, guys, I'm telling you, the dog is working hand in hand with the shepherd. And then there was one other sheep saying, oh, Mike, you and your crazy conspiracies. That's exactly what's happening in our society today. There's a whistleblower, and everyone ridicules that person. It's a lot easier to ridicule that person than actually put your head to work and to think and to analyze and to research and to discuss, and it's a lot more difficult. So it's just easier to discredit, ridicule, because yeah, why not? It's more fun, right? Who cares about the truth, as long as you're having fun? So yeah. There's there's always going to be people who don't believe, no matter how much evidence you give them. Some people want, even when you talk about believing in God, some people want in-hand solid evidence to believe. It's ridiculous, as if that's how it works. the greatest lie told to humanity is the evolution, the theory of evolution. That's the main greatest lie. The second one is going to be the alien deception. I can bet as much as one, but this is probably 10, 20 years from now on. It's probably going to be because they're already working with. I mean, they're already here. They're already among us. They're already been doing experiments and stuff and creating even more and more advanced UFOs for themselves. But there's going to come a time in, I don't know, 10, 20, 30 years from now on, when they're going to make it public. It's probably going to be one alien shaking hand with whoever is going to be the president of America. They say we made contact, and everything is going to be staged. Everything is going to be theater basically, and a lot of people, probably 80% of the humanity, are going to believe, because that's, like I said earlier, people believe whatever they see on TV. No matter what you show them, they believe it. I mean, I kind of wonder how come they don't believe cartoons and stuff, because that's how stupid they are. So that's going to be the second deception that is going to come upon humanity. First one was the evolution, because that's, geez, where do you even start with that nonsense? How people believe that nothing created everything, and we just, I don't know, just happen to exist. I've seen videos, scientific videos, showing what's the chance that everything started from nothing and nothing created everything. It's the probability on that. It was like 0.000, like 20 zeros, 0.1, maybe more. It was showing an example like winning over 5 billion of arcade machines, one after another one, or about 1 billion. That's what the chances are that we exist from nothing, and nothing created us. And evolution is real, and I mean, there's still so many missing links, but just tell if this to a fucking documentary on TV, show like I don't know, a hairy person, and then show an ape, and then yeah, there you go. That's how it came about. Yeah. There's no one talks about the fake fossils that they were put together, like Lucy, for example, or Piltdown Man. Lucy, if I remember, no, it was Piltdown, if I remember correctly, was the jaw of an orangutan, and the rest of the skull of a human. And everything was exposed, and no one even talks about that. Or no, I mean, why, if evolution was such a solid and such a strong fact, why was there a need to fake evidence, provide fabricated evidence towards this so-called fact? I don't understand why was there a need if such a solid standing up. I mean, you don't even know how it started. There's no foundation to this whole concept. The whole concept is floating in the air. No one knows how we started, but we still believe in. So yeah, because that makes sense. I mean, reject any other elegant concepts, but I believe in this one because it's more comfortable, right? It's more freedom. Some people believe that if you believe in God, then that puts a lot of restrictions on you. You're going to be having less rights. You're going to have less freedom and not going to be able to do whatever you want. And because, I don't know, now you're such a horrible person, and becoming Christian going to be a better person, as if that's even a thing. But it's just how stupid some people think. People's mentalities, it's incredible. Yeah, but that's the thing that I said about aliens coming to contact with humanity, and probably going to see on a stage an alien shaking hands with the President of America in a few decades from now on. That's going to be like we make contact and everyone's going to be happy, and you know, like like how happy people were when when there's a royal wedding or stuff like that, as if they win anything out of that, you know. And that's how stupid people are. Um, they just believe everything. They're just happy. They just go along. It doesn't matter. Doesn't have to be uh, the truth. It doesn't have to be fully real. It doesn't have to be researched. It doesn't have to be factual. They just put it there for the show, and yeah, we're having a good time. It's all good. We believe it, of course, because we're ships. And yeah, that's just amazing. That's amazing. Bunch of beta people we have in our society, dude. I'm telling you, it's ridiculous. So going back to conspiracies about, we call them conspiracy because they cannot be proven, but it doesn't mean that it's crazy. It's plausible. Um, there's quite a few doctors all over the world in the EU, all over the world, I think, who I've heard many cases where I don't know why this is not discussed on talk shows on the TV, because obviously they censor stuff like this. What I'm referring to is people dying of other medical conditions, and the doctors ask the relatives if they can put down on paper the deceased as a COVID patient. That's a lot of people die of other medical issues, and yeah, they've been passed down as COVID patients. So they, for two reasons. One is they add up the numbers, so they talk about on TV and exaggerated times 100. So they scare the population. Um, that's one reason. Second reason is because doctors who treat coronavirus patients are better paid. They're paid per patient, something like that. Yeah, and if there's coronavirus patients, they get a higher pay. So that's why they're trying to work with modify paperwork and edit paperwork and get a better salary. So that's another theory, another conspiracy I heard, is which is, I mean, it's not even a conspiracy when you hear people actually doing these things. How is that even a conspiracy? And what else did I heard about? Yeah, there was a need to reset economies of number of the majority of countries in the world. So in order to reset those economies, those budgets, wherever, they avoided going with the World War, or they avoided with going to the war option, and they went with the pandemic option. That's what I've heard. And that, of course, has deep impacts on countries' budgets, on on population, on so many aspects of a country. And that's why people were told, I mean, people with a lot of money, they were told in advance about what is about to come, so they can save their money. They can put their money where it's safer places, safer investments, and um, it's it's basically everything is planned. It was planned. I'm not very knowledgeable on what happened with Ebola. It didn't really expand it that much, and that might. It was. I've heard theories again saying that it might have been some agents who went from America, specifically in Africa, and released it in public, that virus on purpose. And there's always some idiots on the TV, on the news, saying that there was a bat, there was the urine of a cat or somebody, urine of a mouse, which created Ebola or created coronavirus or this and that. And then, of course, if it's on TV, then people believe, because people are idiots. They don't research. Most of them don't even have college. I mean, let alone degree, university degree. And that's how he explains the mass deception. Population believing nonsense, believing non-factual reports and news. It's just scary. It's worrying. um, so, can I just want to check to see if I can hear myself correctly? Okay, I think sound okay. Yes, so what other theories? I've heard no conspiracies about the virus. So there's the social experiment to see how obedient people are. There's one from Russia, I think. There was one from US um, with chief executives, CEOs that they were told to sell stock and everything because there's a pandemic coming, and reinvest their money in different places on purpose so they don't lose much. They don't lose money. And those are two so far. There's the third one is this one with the Chinese scientist. I think it's like two of them. One who was killed, who exposed the Chinese government releasing on purpose this virus. One who exposed them got killed immediately, and the one who flew to America is still alive. And I just seen today actually TV interview with her. It was Dr. Lian, something like that, because she's a Chinese Chinese scientist lady. And yes, what else? What other conspiracies about the virus? I think I knew one more, but I just can't remember it. It was this thing with doctors writing on papers patients with completely unrelated medical issues, writing them as COVID patients, just so they can add up the numbers on TV, so it makes up the higher numbers, and they can scare population and also get a nice paycheck because the doctors are treating COVID patients, and it's at high risk, and they get better paid, and yeah. There's I think that's done. If I try to remember, there's one more, but I just can't remember exactly what it was. I think they were talking when it was in May. I think in May there was discussions about a second lockdown. When it hasn't finished the first one, they were talking about the second lockdown around September, October. So I mean, already there's discussions about a second lockdown. So it's interesting how they predict these lockdowns in advance, and sometimes they just make it up as they go along, just in also in government's favor. And it's yeah, it's ridiculous the things that people believe when they watch TV. It shows just everything because they just believe it. A lot of people haven't even heard of fake news. It's incredible, and that's kind of proving what Trump was saying when he was calling the Chinese virus, because that's where it was released. In February, I remember reading an article that was quickly removed about some connections of a professor from either Oxford or Cambridge who had some kind of links with the Chinese government. And this was in December, January, February, around there. I'm not sure. I think around there. And this article was posted and immediately removed for some reason. Yes, saying about this professor from Oxford that has some kind of links about um, a strong disease or something like that. I don't know, but as you all know, it's a virus. But that's, I don't know how somehow they was even allowed to publish the article. And like I said, yeah, then I'm pretty, I should have made a copy or took a picture of it or something just as a piece of evidence, but I didn't know at that time to do that. There's another interesting thing that I want to mention about a tweet, a bit ironical, coming from Kim Kardashian. A tweet about a medium in 2010. They predicted this major breakdown, this pandemic, global pandemic, 2010. They predicted that 10 years from now there's going to be this virus that's going to affect mainly the lungs and breathing. It's going to be difficult, and a lot of people are going to die. People are going to change their way of living, which is actually happening. And it was predicted 10 years ago. I know I have the picture from Kim Kardashian. Tweet. Let me see if I can find it. And so I'm a bit of a boomer. I'm not sure how to work with OBS. I'm going to try and find that picture. And they were saying how this pandemic is going to appear and is going to last for a while, for a number of months, maybe a year. It's going to disappear, and then again in 3 years after it's going to reappear again, cause the same major issues among population, and it's going to disappear again for good. But I mean, someone could say that it is made on purpose, but I mean, who's going to believe that, right? I'm trying to find that picture of that tweet because I've made a screenshot. Yeah, I found it. Let me see if I can, because I don't know how to work the OBS. Just 1 second, please. Which one's window capture? Okay. Okay. Why is it not appearing? Just made it. Window capture, photos. Not appearing. I don't know why. But if it's not working, I think I'm just going to show it with my phone. Yeah, sorry about the background noise. That's what you get when you live on next to the main road. Why is it not appearing? This is strange. Anyway, fuck it, let's just gonna do this. So this is the tweet basically that I was saying. And 12, why did I think it was 10? It was 12 years ago that was predicted. And this is actually what he was saying. This is quite interesting. I mean, you can call it. I mean, even if it was to be coincidental, I mean, can it be that precise? About 12 years ago. And just above, if you can see around 10 transmitted humans and one microscopic mites, I think that's this talking about Ebola. And around that time, it was Ebola. Every 10 years, there's like a virus, like a new trend. I don't know what's happening. So there's this, yeah, and wait, this one. So ironical coming from Kim Kardashian, but yeah, basically that's what that's how it happened. Um, there's quite a few conspiracies. I mean, they call conspiracies because they haven't been proved, but it doesn't mean they're wrong or not true. So what I discussed so far was that some people are saying that it could be a social experiment to see how obedient the population is. There's some doctors who ask their relatives if they could pass down the deceased who has completely unrelated health issue, and they ask the relatives if they could pass down the deceased as a COVID patient for, I mean, two reasons. One was that they get better paid as doctors because they treated COVID patients, and secondly, they're adding up the numbers so they can scare the people on the TV. It's bullshit. I'm not saying, again, I want to make myself clear. I'm not saying that the virus is not real. What I'm saying is that there's about 30 or 40% the actual truth of what we see on TV. On TV, it's completely exaggerated times 1,000. So they scare people and they become more self-conscious and whatever. But I believe it's 30 or 40% real. Because of course there are some people who died of the virus, but the numbers I don't believe they're that high. There's a lot more going on in the background when it comes to something like this, because this is something big that affects businesses, affects countries, affects travel, affects so many aspects of one country. And these things like this are 100% planned. I highly doubt that if it was real and completely natural, people would have been so much more prepared, and they will take more caution. They will be completely different. But to give you an example that they're not, and they are letting things happen on purpose, is, for example, it took about 3 months to the British government to prepare and take measures and isolate the virus, and they were not ready. They were not ready for absolutely nothing. There was a good reason why they were just out of nowhere, unprepared, and it took so much time just to come to terms with it and take measures and promote all this social distancing, the washing your hands and wearing masks and stuff, all these issues. All these measures to protect yourself. And they were not prepared. It took a while, a few months, so people were dying. Were dying. I don't know if they were actually dying, but yeah. Because I remember someone asking at some point, because there were a lot of people dying, and no one was saying where all these bodies were going, where all the deceased, because it wasn't that many funerals happening. Yeah. So we could discuss about this social issue and the alien inception. I was kind of try to spare. I know I'm not very well spoken. I'm not very intellectual, but I try my best to use the appropriate and best words that I can to describe exactly what I mean to say, because English is my third language, and I'm trying to be precise and accurate in what I'm saying, so I don't get misunderstood or misinterpreted. Um, and yes, the alien deception had two branches. I tried to spread it into one was that Ancient Aliens TV show, which is uh, complete nonsense, just made to deceive people from the right path. And also, the deception is going to come on humanity in a few decades from now on, where they're going to make so-called contact with aliens, and they're going to make it public, and people are going to be happy. They're going to believe everything. Probably going to see like an alien shaking hand with leaders of the world, and yeah, bullshit. People are going to believe everything, of course. That's going to be the second deception, the second greatest deception. So people can completely ignore, of course, what I'm saying. Maybe exactly the same way how they ignored that medium 12 years ago who was talking about a pandemic in 2020. But yeah, and I think I'm going to take a quick break, and I might start streaming in a bit. Yeah, so it will have been really interesting to see some people in chat and have a discussion, have some opposing views, opposing opinions. I know, but of course, the majority of people are not going to agree with me, and I really don't mind. It's mainly people who don't research, don't do any talks or anything. They just go up with whatever people say, whatever they say on TV, and then they contradict you if you know a bit more. But that's okay. So I'm going to take a break from this, and I come back in a bit to stream with probably some gaming or something else. We'll see. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Be kind to one another. Stay positive, and don't believe everything that you see on TV. Do things that make you happy. Take care of the people around you. Spend time with your family, and try to be a better person. And see you in the next stream. And yeah, that's pretty much it.